Hello, everyone. My name is Arthur Govin. I'm the Partnership Coordinator at the Next Street Driving School. I'm here today to do a webinar on how to navigate our online classes. We get a lot of questions, a lot of people worrying about, the virtual setup. We all are at least somewhat familiar, I hope, at this point, to the virtual setup with classes, but it's still good. It's still a little bit of a different setting than we're used to. It's not regular school. This is driver's ed. So we wanted to go through and answer any questions, go through the frequently asked questions, and literally do a sign-up process from start to, you're ready to go for your lessons. Today we're going to have on Samantha Campanaro, who's one of our lead licensing guides. She's been with the company for a few years now. She knows everything. She's heard every question, had to answer everything. So she's the perfect person to have on today. But before that, I just wanted to go through a couple things, a couple little things right off the top. So, a lot of people's questions with driver's ed is, when can I get driver's ed? Because everywhere else is really backed up. I know we are pretty backed up, and lessons, well, we have been able to open up a lot more lessons recently. They're still at a premium, but we just had a little update. This is from today from Brandon, the CEO. We are adding 20 driving instructors. They're all coming online over the next week. So that's a huge amount of people that we can add on. 5 people passed their license test or their instructor test today. 16 more are testing on next Friday. So we have a lot of people, or next Thursday, I should say. So we have a lot of people coming through, a lot of new instructors, the ability to open up a lot more lessons. We're hoping to add about 300 additional lessons per week with these instructors coming on. It'll take a little bit of time, but over the next month or so, you'll see that there will be more lessons coming on. So look out for that. Be ready. The driving lessons are always the hardest part. The virtual lessons we have down to a science where, we have people coming on at any time. But the driving lessons, obviously, you need real life, you need instructors to be there with you. And so those have been a little bit more of a premium, but things are opening up. Also, an update. 5 minutes ago, got an update from Brandon saying that we picked up an additional 2,000 test seats. So those will be added to our system next week. So if you're looking for a license test, go on next week. There will be, go on the website, go into your student portal, add a test, and yeah, you'll be ready. Again, those are coming on next week. Over the next couple months, you'll be seeing a lot more lessons coming on as well. So just a little update right off the bat to kind of get you to see where we're at right now. We like to be transparent. We understand that there's been a lot of backup and people have been waiting a long time for a lot of different lessons. So we just wanted to give that update with more updates to come. So follow us on social medias, any of them. Instagram is a really good one to get a lot of new information. So we will be posting when there's big openings for a lot of, whether it's tests or lessons. So just look out for that. But without further ado, I'm going to continue on. Again, this webinar today is all just about navigating the student portal and going through how to sign up, how to deal with your Zoom, everything like that. So I'm going to bring on Samantha right now. So Sam, if you want to introduce yourself and tell people who you are.
Hi, I'm Samantha. I also just go by Sam if that's easier. You may have talked to me on the phone. I will. I have been a licensing guide here for 2 years, and I'm ready to answer some questions for you.
Perfect. Yes. So first thing, all right, I'm on the website currently right now. Okay. So first thing, you don't always have to call to sign up. I know that it might seem easier, but with how we've made these the online signups go, signing up online is not as crazy as it used to be. A long time ago, I even preferred to call places, but if you can sign up online, that's why we're doing this today, so that Sam doesn't have to answer all your questions every time. So here we go. So Sam, I'm on the I'm on the website. I went to thenextstreet.com. What do I do? I assume
So,
click enroll.
yep, up at the top you'll see enroll, login, contact. You just left click on enroll.
Okay.
It'll bring you to a new page, and if you scroll down a little bit, you can see enroll online or enroll by phone. We're going to left click on enroll online.
Okay, so enroll online. All right. And then I put in some information. I'll put my zip code. I live in Stanford. And radius, I'll say within 10 miles. We have a location in Stanford, so I know that'll pop up. And then I put in my birthday, February 5th. I'll say 2004. Yeah, that works. I can't believe that people who were born in 2005 are able to get their license now. Okay. So, all right. I assume you click view locations.
Yep, left click on view locations, and a bunch that are within your distance will show up. You can choose just the best that's for you.
Okay, I'm going to do Stanford. I'm going to do Stanford High School. Okay. So I click Stanford High School, and now I'm seeing 3 different options.
Yeah, so let's go through them. So the 8-hour course is just the state minimum requirement. It's literally just 8 hours of classroom. The full driver's education course is geared more towards our teen students, but adults can take it as well. It is a full 30 hours of classroom and 8 hours of on-road driving, one-on-one with our instructors. That will allow you to test if you are under the age of 18 within 120 days, as long as your program is actually completed. And the last one that we offer is a 1-2-3 bundle. It is that state minimum requirement of the 8-hour classroom, 1 2-hour driving lesson, and then testing at any one of our locations. So you can choose whichever is best for you.
I'm gonna go the full course. I think I need it. I think I need the 4 lessons, definitely. Not too confident in my driving, so yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. Also, I know I can get an insurance discount at most insurance companies if I do this one, so that's the one my parents want me to take. So, all right, I clicked on this, and then now I have a big list of classes that popped up.
So right now during summer, we are running our accelerated courses. They are Monday through Thursday for 2 weeks, 9 to 1:30. But if that's not your MO, you can also choose a 2-day week course. So it could be a Monday, Wednesday, or a Tuesday, Thursday, and we run them afternoon times as well, if that works better for your schedule. So you're going to choose one that fits in with either your sports or school schedule and just click select.
Okay, well, I have football practice at 7 a.m. to 11, so I don't think I could do the 9 a.m., but I do see an 11:30 to 4 for the accelerated, so I'm going to click on that one. And then here we are. Okay, so then this is... Okay, so I clicked on it, and then it's giving me an option to add some more things if I want to, right?
Of course, so you're welcome to add on the testing if you wanted to test at our locations with us now.
Mm-hmm.
If you felt you needed any more driving experience, which you can also add on later, but if you wanted to upgrade your bundle to maybe 10 hours instead of 8, you can also do that now. And we do also offer meet at the DMV test if testing at our locations is not available for you.
Okay, so I'm gonna... I think I definitely need to test at the next street because, yeah, I mean, I do not want to go to the DMV, and I happen to know that one of the advantages to testing with the next street is that I don't have to go to the DMV. And now with the full service of them giving you your temporary license right then and there and not even having to go afterward, that's a huge thing. So I'm going to add that on, and then I'm going to continue. Okay, and that now it's popping up a bunch of things to to put in? So all my student info.
Yeah, it's just basic info, just like your name, date of birth, your address, all information that we should have on file. One important note is if you are under the age of 18, we do require a parent's cell phone and a parent name as well as a parent email, just so that when
Okay.
we contact you, we prefer to contact the parent. We also require that your address is the address that is or will be on your student permit. That's for
Okay.
when we send out your certificate. It should match. That way you avoid any issues on the day of your license test.
Okay, I'm gonna do the address to our headquarters. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna fill all this out. I'm gonna pretend I filled like uh the next what is the next step after this? Is it the payment?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna skip that step because I'm obviously not gonna pay for it today. But yeah, basically you would fill out all of these things, permit number, and then oh yeah, parent email. Okay, so you said that if you're under 18, you would need your parent email in there so that
Mhm.
they can do that. Okay. And then high school permit number. All right, great. So I did all that. I've signed up. So I've now signed up. I've paid. The next one is what does the payment one look like? It's mostly just kind of put in your card information and stuff like that.
Exactly. Just ask for the card info, the billing address, and the name on the card.
Okay, perfect. So, all right. So I have done all that. I've made an account. Now, what if I decide, you know what? I don't really want to. I want to change my lesson on the one of the lessons that I picked, or I want to change the class that I was enrolled in. How would I get to even do that?
So the great part is you now have a student portal since you have been enrolled. You should have
Okay.
received a bunch of welcome emails, including one with your student login information. It's just system generated to start, but it'll get you into your portal. So if you go to thenextstreet.com, just where you were before you enrolled, you'll see that login button again.
Okay. Now I got my login, so let me quickly just get to it. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. So username. I don't think the password will come up, so hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it hides it. And then okay, put this in. Yes, great. So I'm logging in now. All right, perfect. All right, I got in.
Awesome. So the first thing you'll see is the COVID-19 agreement.
Yes.
You will need to sign off on that. You don't need to bring this to every lesson that you attend. Once you sign off, we take it as an honor system.
Okay, so I'll put it in. Arthur Govin. My mom's name is Bonnie Govin. I promise she's cool with it, so don't worry. And then yes. Okay. So I did my COVID agreement. Now where do I go next?
So on the left side of your portal, you've got a couple tabs. The one that we're going to go to schedule that one session you can't attend is scheduling. There's a little drop down arrow,
Okay.
and you'll see a button that says My Schedule. Just left click on that one.
Okay, I'm here.
So you'll see an entire schedule, including your Zoom links, which is the best place to access them. And all you have to do is find the session, and you can view it through a calendar or just by scrolling down. Find the session that you won't be able to attend, and there's a little button that says Book Makeup.
All right, so I don't think I'm going to be able to make it on the 13th of September, because I just don't really feel like coming. So I'm gonna do that one. So you said press book makeup,
Mm-hmm. And it shows you everything that we have available, and all you have to do is select the one that works for you.
Oh my gosh, there's a million. All right, so wait. So one thing though, so this one, so one of them says August 11th, but then I would be doing it out of order. Is that okay if I don't do it in the right order? Or?
Technically, it is okay. However, our classroom does follow information that does kind of piggyback off one another. So while you can take them in any order, the later sessions should be saved for last, and those are usually sessions 11 through 15. And the session that you should remain last is 15, as it is a full course recap exam.
Okay, so then I'll schedule for after. Oh, actually, I can do this other time. There's another one on the 13th of September, so that's nice. So I can do 5 to 7. So I'll select that one. Oh, and that's it? I'm enrolled?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, great. So now for anyone thinking that I'm just playing it up, I actually don't know that much about the student portal. So this is genuine. I've never been to this part of our website. So, I've been pretty much everywhere else, but I haven't had the full student experience. So, all right, now, oh wow, it already updated it and everything. Wow, great. So now if I want to say I want to schedule my, oops. So I see there's a little tab that says schedule my lessons. Okay, so, oh, I don't have a permit. Uh-oh.
Yes, you will need a permit to schedule any lessons with us. If
Okay.
you have it, all you have to do is input it. If not, we do have to wait until you do test for it.
Okay. So if I say I had my permit and I'm on this page, I see a little calendar here. It has a bunch of red dates, but then it has a couple of green dates. So I assume those green dates have lessons available.
Yes, the green dates are available lessons. They may not be for your area until you filter by it or filter location. But again, we would need to have the permit in first. And I can show you how to input that too.
Oh yeah, why don't we do that? How do I put my permit in?
All right, so it's just on the left-hand side again under that table. So you're going to see my account. You're
Okay.
just going to want to click on the drop down and then let's click on profile.
Profile. Okay.
So this is the same information we enrolled you with, obviously your name, date of birth, and address. If you scroll down about midway through, you will see a place for your permit number and the permit date of issue that you can input.
Perfect. So permit number, how many numbers is that?
Connecticut is 9 numbers.
5. Okay, great. So, and then my issue date, we'll say it's today. Oh yeah, July 1st. I just got my permit today. I'm really proud of myself. Usually permits last 2 years, right?
Yes, that's right.
So that would be July 2023.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, and then awesome. So I'm gonna update this. I click yes. All right. So I've updated everything. Now, just give me 1 second. Okay, so now I can go back to scheduling, right? To schedule my
Yes.
lesson. All right. So I'm back. Or it takes just a second. My computer's running. It's doing a lot of things at the same time. All right, here we go. All right, so now it popped up. I live in Stamford, or I live in Stamford, but I am up in Watertown a good amount. So because that's where close to the headquarters, and there happens to be. This is lucky for anyone who's watching this right now. You should scoop up these lessons because there's 2 lessons. There's one on July 5th and one on July 7th. Get to it because you can see the next available lessons after that are in September. Again, we are going to be opening up more lessons very, very soon. But if you want to just get it done, if you're watching this, seriously, scoop up one of these lessons right now if you live in Torrington or Watertown or anywhere close. So then I would just pick one of those and I'd be good, right?
Yeah, all you have to do is left click. And like you said, if you are in a certain location on a specific day or for a period of time, you can refine your search. You can change any start time, day of the week, and location, and click search, and it'll optimize it for that.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that really quick. So refine search. I'm gonna say afternoon. Usually I'm busy in the mornings. Any day of the week except Sunday, because I'll be in church that day. And then select location. So if I select one of these locations, it'll give me some surrounding areas, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So Watertown, we'll say. And then, oh wait, sorry. Wait, what just happened? Oh, it's because I did it on the thing. Sorry, refine my search. I'm going to say anytime, any day of the week in Watertown. Yeah, there we go. Oh, see, it's not coming up. All right, so there's no slots right now. But because I'm getting a message code 108. What does that mean?
Not sure what the 108 means.
But,
If you were to choose, if there's no dates available, they will show up as nothing will just show up. They won't suggest anything for you because it's not your search.
I see. Okay, so that's why it's good to say, all right, well, Watertown seems pretty booked up. I'm going to just show all again and then search. And again, it'll bring me back to these. Oh my gosh, I'm dead serious. I think those lessons got scooped up. So that's how fast they go, people. So be ready. Get those lessons when you can. I hope that whoever was watching this got them and it wasn't someone else. So, okay, so I have signed up for my lessons. I'm not going to actually sign up because I want to keep it available for everyone, obviously. And then it's the same deal. So in my schedule, I assume. So in my schedule, when I go through it, actually, you know what? I'll do this really quick. I'll go to schedule my lesson. And I can cancel it too quickly, right?
Yes, you can.
Great. So I'm scheduling my lesson right now. I'm going to go to that page. And then I'm going to schedule a lesson for September 23rd with Brandon Truesdale. I like Brandon. So that's someone I'll definitely do. And then, so I clicked on the thing, and then a little message popped up. And it says Thursday, September 23rd, 2 to 4, Position Drive, Southbury, the next street. Okay, and then I press schedule a lesson, right?
Yes, make sure that you press that, otherwise it won't book in.
Okay, so schedule a lesson. It's loading up. All right, so I'm good. So I scheduled the lesson. But now, you know what, I'm thinking about it. I don't think I can do that day. So how do I cancel it? Let's outright cancel.
All right, so on that same page, there's a little grayish black box that says click here to view scheduled lessons. All you have to do is left click and it'll show everything that you are booked for it.
Oh shoot, I went back to my schedule. See, that's why it's good you're here. I went to the wrong place. Okay, my schedule. In car, right?
Yep, you can see it that way. And it should show you exactly which one it is. If not, and if you're using a phone, it usually will not show up. It will glitch. So if you are on a phone, you can get to it by schedule my lessons tab too.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'll go there. So schedule my lessons, and then. Oh, I see. Click here to view scheduled lessons. All right.
And that's why it's a little easier on the phones too.
Oh, okay. So that pops up right here. Great. Yeah. And then, if I wanted to reschedule, I see there's a reschedule button. So I'm going to just click that and let's see, it'll bring up, what's this going to bring up? Oh, okay.
Your schedule is just going to bring up the options that we have.
The schedule again. Okay, great. So, but you know what? I don't know when I can reschedule, so I'm just gonna cancel it. So if I press cancel, it asks me if I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure. Done. All right. Bam. So I've canceled my lesson just like that, and now that's pretty much it. Okay, so what else can I find on my student portal besides my schedule and stuff? You said
So
something
you can,
about Zoom links. Like where how do I get on these
yes,
classes?
Zoom links are easiest to access through the student portal, and that's under the My Schedule tab. It can also be found right on the homepage. If you're in a hurry, you can just log right in and it'll show up for you. But if you're looking into the future just to make sure you have all of them written down, just go to the My Schedule tab where you see all of your upcoming classes, and they'll be right under the room number. And it's an internal link, so all you have to do is just left click and it'll take you to the room.
Oh, great. So, oh wow, and there are links right here. Let's see. I'm gonna click on it. Oh right, I'm in a Zoom right now, so I probably shouldn't open this. But um, and then you would just click launch meeting,
Mhm.
and then you'd be in there. Okay. So when you're in the Zoom, is there anything like specific? Like, do I need to have my like? Can I just be Arthur? Do I have to have it a certain way? Do I need my parents' name? Like, what should I do?
You should automatically change the Zoom name to your full legal name. You don't need to have the middle name, but just the first and last name that's on your account. This is so we can take attendance better and make sure that you are getting credit for the class that you're attending.
Okay.
If you join with a nickname, we may not know that it's you, especially if it's kind of an outlandish nickname, and you may not get credit, and then you have to get in contact with us to correct it. If it's
That
a parent's account, once you're logged in, there should be three little dots next to your Zoom name that you can change and edit it right there in.
okay. Great. So, any other things that I would need to know on my student portal, just while I'm here?
Mostly the only other thing is the enrollment page. If you wanted to add on like the test at a later time or enroll into more driving lessons, if you may need them, you can do that right through the student portal as well. So under the account tab, you'll see enrollment/billing, and you can
Mm-hmm.
just click on that.
Okay, I'm here.
You'll see your past and previous receipts if you ever needed to print those out. And you should be able to enroll into new products. Again, if you're on a phone or a certain type of device, it may not show up. And if it's not, there also is an enroll button right below the My Account tab.
So you feel like generally it's better to do this on a computer if you can, but
A
there are
computer,
yeah.
I would also say a tablet too, if you can
Okay.
go into the computer mode of the tablet. Smartphones are the screens are too small to really capture everything that is on the website, and you may miss something small like the confirmation button for your driving license.
Sure. That makes sense. Um okay. And then let's see. So if I wanted to add a test, I would just select the little thing. What happens? Oh, okay. Boom. And then a bunch of tests pop up.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, again, this is another thing to think about. If you're signing up for driver's ed now, schedule your test. If you have your permit, schedule your test, schedule your lessons. Our next available tests are the 14th of October. So that's how far we're booking out. And again, we are getting more tests and we should have more available soon. But, DMV, we're at the mercy of DMV, and we have requested more and more tests, but they are so understaffed that it's been difficult for them to fulfill. So if you are signing up today or you are signing up soon, sign up and pick a test date if you have your permit, and then do that at sign up. Don't wait. Even if you have to cancel it, even if you don't feel like you're ready when you do it, then cancel it then, but have a date that you have ready. So yeah, it looks like quarter 4 is pretty open. there's a lot of tests here for throughout the months. Um, so I'm gonna say I want to join a test. I'll do later. I'll do October 20th. So I'll select it and then. So you select and then add, right?
Yes, you have to double click essentially.
Okay. And then I would pay now to add it to that.
Yeah. Or you can
Perfect.
take it off if you decided you didn't need it. You can always just click that little delete button, or if you maybe accidentally click the wrong date, there's a little edit button next to it as well.
So now if I had that on my so if I just added it. Ooh, excuse me, sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. If I just added that, will it show up in my schedule now?
Not unless you pay.
I
Paying
see.
is the only thing that will confirm it in.
So that will trigger it to be in. That's good
Mhm.
to know. So yeah, and even if I left the page and went back and it's no longer in my purchases. So okay, that's good to know. And then yeah, I mean any other little things? I see a contact button here. I assume that's a number and an email. Um, I gotta say, help at thenextstreet.com is a great way to get in touch with us too. Um, and DMing us on any of our social media platforms. We have great people who answer all those questions too, that are there to either put you in the right direction. You don't always have to call us. Obviously, if it's something that you need to call about, then of course we're going to be here. But emailing us, reaching out on social media, there's a lot of ways that you can get your question answered that isn't just calling us. Um, all right, so I think that pretty much wraps it up, right?
Yeah, that's essentially the student portal in a nutshell.
All right, so I'm gonna log out and then get rid of this. So now I'm gonna go back to this page, and I'll just have this page up. It has a nice little slideshow that can play behind us. I have a couple of FAQs that were sent by you, and also I'm sure other licensing guides get a lot of the same questions. So I wanted to just go through some of those just to maybe answer any of them right off the bat, or address any of these concerns. So okay, this is actually a really good one that I know I've gotten questions on. What your website says rolling admission. What does that mean?
So, rolling admission, we do offer classes almost every week, especially now with it being summer break. Rolling admission seems as though it would be you can kind of just start in a session tomorrow if you're ready to, but that's not exactly the case. You do still have to roll into a schedule that we are offering as they're taught live, and then you can go in and reschedule any classes that you need to. So just like as we showed, if you are unable to make one of your sessions, you can reschedule it, and it may be earlier than the rest of your sessions, and that's completely fine. But that's what we mean by rolling admission. You do have to attend them live as well, which is why they're set up in the schedules format.
Yes, it's very important. You have to go live. These aren't recorded and then you watch later. It's
Mm-hmm.
part of the deal. The DMV and the state wants to make sure that people are actually going to these classes, taking in this knowledge, and yeah, so that's why it's scheduled like that. Okay, that's a good one. And then oh, we actually just kind of went over this. Can I attend classes whenever I want, or are they taught live? So yes, they are taught live. They're not recorded. You have to go. It's a real teacher. You can ask them questions while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like any class that you would take at your high school. And then we went through how do I schedule makeups and classes. We showed you all that. And then how do you attend online classes? Again, you'd click the Zoom links, and you don't even need to have an account. You can type your name in, and you'll be able to follow the things. Is that correct?
There's usually a trial period almost with Zoom. So what we've noticed is if you do attend just by typing your name in, it's roughly only 6 to 8 hours that you're able to attend before they kind of force you to create an account.
I
So we do
see.
always recommend just, it's free to sign up. If you had one for school, you're welcome to use the same account. We don't require that you make a new one. And it also just makes it easier once, if you are running for late, just click and go and you don't have to wait for it.
That's good to know. So just it takes 2 seconds to sign up for Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a couple of questions. So just do it right off the jump. All right. And then do you need a camera to attend the classes? Because it is virtual, do you need a camera to be there?
It is not required, and we don't plan to make it a requirement. We do ask that you are active in the class, especially if your camera is going to be off. So that means you respond when roll is called at the beginning and usually middle and end of the class as well. So respond in the chat or verbally, and that's how we'll make sure that you are actually attending. If you do not respond to any of those, you will be marked absent.
That's good to know. So don't just join the room and then go take a nap or leave. Just it's
Exactly.
2 hours. You have to be there. It's really not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so let's see what else we have. What happens after I attend a class? So if I take session 1, which by the way, that's the parent class, right? The one where your
Yes, it
parents
is.
have to be with
Yeah.
you. So what happens after I attend the class?
So right after you attend the class, it may take between 24 to 48 hours for us to process the attendance, depending on what day the class actually was. If it's a weekend, it may take more than 48 hours kind of things. We will process the attendance, and you will get an email that states either you were present or you were absent, and it will prompt you to take action on either. If you're present, there'll be a link right to your student portal for you to complete a 10-question quiz. And if you're underage, have a parent sign. If you're over, you can sign for yourself. And that has to be completed for you to get credit at the end and get your certificate of completion. So that's what will happen right after.
So you got to take those little quizzes.
Mm-hmm.
That's another reason why you can't just join the Zoom room and leave. You have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. I promise you're not going to do all the quizzes if you're not there. But if you pay attention, and just are involved in the class, you'll be fine. And then, okay, so we did kind of go over this a little bit, and I've gone over this in other webinars as well, about having to have a permit to start. So I could tackle this question quickly. So really, you don't technically need a permit to begin classes, but obviously to take any driving lessons, you need a permit. And we always recommend getting your permit as soon as you can, because the sooner you get your permit, the sooner you'll be able to test for your license. If you wait to get your permit, because the waiting period, if you take the full course, the waiting period is from when you get your permit, not from when you do your first class. So make sure that you get your permit as soon as you can. You're able to sign up for those classes. You're able to sign up for the tests and all that stuff. So that sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah, just get your permit. We have a lot of resources on our website. If you go to thenextstreet.com/permit, there's practice tests. There's a guide for everything you need for the permit day. I have a webinar. If you go to our YouTube or Facebook, and or it's easier to find on YouTube. So if you go to go to our YouTube page and then do permit testing webinar, will be the first one to pop up, and it'll have all the information about what you need for your permit in Connecticut, what you need to bring, what you need to study, where you can study things, all that. So I highly recommend that. And then let's see, I think. Okay, so then the last question that I have for you, basically, what is required of me, and we went over it a little bit, but what is required of me by the state to take in order to get my license? What do I have to do to get my license? Like, what are the couple of things I need?
So minimally, if you're under the age of 18, you just have to have your permit. hold it from that day of issue for 180 days or about 6 months, have 40 hours of home training, and then just take the 8 hour course. So it seems like a lot, but in the long run, you've got 180 days to do it. If you're over 18, you only need to hold that permit for the 90 days, take the 8 hour course, and then test when you're ready. It's not required to show proof either of the 40 hours if you're under or over. It's kind of an honor system, but your skills will definitely speak for it.
Yeah, and they can tell. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
I started at the Next Street in the testing department. I was a testing host, so I was there when students would take their tests, and they know, the DMV agents, they've seen a lot. They've been in the car with a lot of people. The main thing that I always told people is they don't want you to fail, but if you come unprepared, you're probably not going to do very well. It's just like any other test. So just practice. That's the main thing. Practice, and don't take it lightly. You don't want to have to come back. And that's another webinar too. We had a couple weeks ago with Jeff, who is our testing manager, and we went over everything with license testing. And one of those things is just you don't want to have to come back. Just study for your test. All right, I promise you. It's a practical exam, and if you just go out there and study a little bit and practice a bit, you're going to be fine. So anything else? Anything else that you wanted to say? Any other tips or things that you had in mind, or frequently asked questions that you get a lot that you wanted to address?
I give a tip. Just be patient with it. Just because you can test in 120 days does not necessarily mean that you should.
Yeah.
Test when you're ready and you're able to, because again, you don't want to just continually go back and retest and retest. The money does add up at some point. It does.
Yeah.
So wait until you're ready and get as much practice as you can. That's my tip.
All right. Thank you so much. If there's any questions, we have a few minutes to answer any questions that anyone has. If not, please, if you missed any of this, it will be immediately uploaded back onto our YouTube and our Facebook pages, and you'll be able to see those right away, where you can rewatch the whole thing. You can go to certain parts that you had questions on. But anything when it comes to navigating the student portal or just driver's ed in general, we're here and we're happy to answer. Yeah. So let's see. Let me look. All right. I just think we were so thorough that there's just not that many questions. I see we have people watching, but I just think we really nailed it. We went through it. The virtual learning was definitely, for lack of a better term, it was definitely a learning curve for us. I know, as a company, it took us a little time to get it down, but at this point, we have it really solidified, and it is the future. It is what we're planning on. We have approval from the DMV to continue to do virtual learning moving forward. And everyone's really liked it. There's flexibility with it. There's, it just fits everyone's schedule a lot better, because you can make your schedule. It's better for us. It's better for you. You don't have to, instead of driving for 15 classes, driving your kid back and forth, you just have to drive them to 4 different lessons. And then the rest is on Zoom, which most people are pretty familiar with at this point. And if you're not, luckily, we make it super easy to just click a link. You might have to put in some information to fill out an account, but you don't need to pay for anything. There's no payment for a premium account if you don't, unless you want it for your personal use. But when it comes to teaching with us, you just can hop in and we'll take care of you. So I think that we're going to wrap it up, because I think we answered everything so well that no one had any questions. So thank you so much for being here, Sam. I really appreciate it. And again, if you call the call center and you get Sam or anyone, they're just people. You know, you saw Sam is a really helpful person. You know, they're not robots. They want to help you, and just understand that, you know, while we do have a lot of the kinks worked out when it comes to virtual learning, there's still going to be some hiccups every once in a while. You know, everyone knows that Zoom is sometimes a little temperamental, and you know, and the internet in general is sometimes a little temperamental. So all we ask is that you just be patient, but we are here to help you, you know, and you're going to get someone great like Sam when you call, but we do have other ways to talk to us too, where you email us, you message us on Facebook, Instagram, anything. You can even message us on TikTok, which, you know, we are doing pretty well on right now. So whatever, however you want to get in touch with us, we are going to be here to answer your questions. So I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Again, thank you so much, Sam. And I'm going to be back next week. Next week is a permit test prep. So I actually just talked about that. We're going to have a permit test prep webinar. I'm going to go through everything about your permits, and we're going to take a little practice test. We're going to do polls. It's going to be fun. You know, we're going to figure out if the viewers are ready for their permit test, or if we're going to have to study a little bit more. So join us next week. We're going to be doing that. And then after that, it's, you know, regularly scheduled programming. Also, we do have a webinar on the 15th that is going to be all viewer submitted questions. So again, DM us, email us, whatever, and we will take care of all the questions that you have. We have some questions as well. We'll answer them live. So that's going to be it. Thank you so much, Sam, and bye, everyone.